Hello, I'm Jendi from jendisjournal.com, and my problem today is getting the stickiness off the edges of my cupboard from the contact paper that was left on. These are the cupboards in my new-to-me kitchen. They're not my very favorite, but they're in good shape. However, there was contact paper on every shelf. And while that's not a real big problem, the previous owner had wrapped it around 2 inches underneath. So it peeled off pretty easily, but then I was left with sticky edges and about 2 inches underneath. And of course, all this is sticky, but I'm putting shelf paper on that, so that doesn't matter. I needed to find a way to get that stickiness off, or it was just going to collect dirt and be even more of a mess. First suggestion was to use vinegar water, and I figured I have vinegar, I have water, it's cheap, why not? Well, it didn't do anything except give me a sore elbow. Second suggestion from someone else was to try sandpaper, which it might have worked over a long period of time, or if I had a power sander, but it didn't work very well, and I was afraid of taking the finish and everything off. So we went ahead and tried some cleaners. One of these we already had, and that one is Goo Gone. I've used Goo Gone a lot previously. Remove stickers, grease, gum, tar, crayon, and tape, citrus power Goo Gone. And then we bought these two at Lowe's. My husband was familiar with this one called Lift Off, and you can see it's supposed to take off adhesives, grease, oily stain, and it's a tape remover. It says Motzenbacher's Lift Off. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And then we also bought this one just to see if it would work any better than the other. It's called Goof Off, the Miracle Remover. And you can see adhesive and glue, asphalt and tar, dried latex paint. So I got the same type of rag for each cleaner. So it would be all scientific here, and that wouldn't be a variable. The variable would be in how hard I scrubbed. The cupboards all have the same stickiness on them. So first one we tried was the Lift Off. The smell isn't bad. It's obviously a cleaner smell. Then we tried the Goof Off. The smell of this one is very strong. And of course the Goo Gone is a citrus smell, so I like this smell. I have to say that my least favorite is the Goof Off. I think it goofs off a little too much. My very favorite is the Goo Gone, which I guess I was already partial to. The Lift Off does pretty similar to the Goo Gone. For all of them, it took at least 2 scrubbings to get the sticky feel off. And you kind of have to wait because when it's wet, it feels like, oh, it's really clean, it got it off. But then you go back and it still feels a little sticky. With the Goo Gone, I noticed right away, I don't know if you can see that, but the adhesive came off onto the cloth right away, if you can see the brown. With the Goof Off, that did not happen. And with the Lift Off, I could see the adhesive starting to like roll together, and I could scrape it with my fingernail. So I would say go with Lift Off or Goo Gone. My very favorite is Goo Gone because I like the citrus smell. Other than that, it just takes 2 or 3 scrubbings and some elbow grease to get that stickiness up. The moral of the whole story is, for you or the next owner of your house, please use shelf paper and not contact paper in your cupboards. Thanks for watching.